Tom Hunt.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I plan to talk to Lord's Amendments 2, 12, 20 and 22, and also in relation to those under the age of 18, arrangements for them, and also pregnant women, and also the... Actually, no, that's 31, 33, 35 to 38. Arrangements for removal are 2, 12, 20 and 22, and also Lord's Amendment 1A2 to do with safe and legal routes. In terms of the Lord's Amendments where the government has given some ground and entered into discussion, I feel confident that the main ethos of the bill is still there, and that is something that I was really keen to ensure. I didn't want to see this illegal migration bill watered down. I like what I saw when it left this place, and I didn't want to see a bill that is weakened and not able to deliver. I think the point when it comes to the under-18s, there's a very good point made by my honourable friend, the member for Peterborough. We do not want a situation where there's this perverse incentive for young people to be sent by themselves. That is something which is concerning to me and to him also. And also age verification. It needs to be robust. We know that there's been some evidence of adults, particularly adult men, pretending to be under the age of 18 when they're not. So yes, no one in this House wants to see children detained. And that was never the intention of the government. But at the same time, we cannot allow an opening for people who are not under the age of 18 to get special treatment. In terms of the House of Lords, in terms of the chair of the Home Select Committee, said that there hasn't been enough time to scrutinise this bill. Well, this is an urgent situation. This bill was introduced early this year. The bill appears to have been stuck in the other place for a huge amount of time. I mean, I understand that they've been up until sort of 6 in the morning looking at it. I don't know how much more time should like this place and also the other place to scrutinise this piece of legislation that needs to be urgently implemented. I'd also say I do find it frustrating when I see individuals who have never had to live with the consequences of uncontrolled mass migration and illegal migration, pining their views, moralising about what they think is right, and demonising anyone who supports a bill such as this. Deeply frustrating, and also people who have never had to talk to constituents who are desperately concerned about the situation, who might have hotels in their constituency have been adversely impacted by it. So, as I said many times before, the House of Lords should tread carefully on this because it is unelected. It is not elected. And isn't it oh so tempting to moralise on this, a deeply complex issue, without engaging in any plan? And there is no plan from the other House. There is no plan. We hear about Lord's Amendment 102, safe and legal routes, again, uncapped. What would happen if we had alternative safe and legal routes you could apply into? They'd fill up incredibly quickly. If it was uncapped, if it was capped, the cap would be met incredibly quickly and be back at square one. You'd still have people illegally entering our country. What would you do then? That is not a plan. And in terms of the Labour's 5-point plan of vagaries and platitudes, because that is what it is. All we hear is all safe and legal routes. A cross-border police force, like that isn't something that isn't already being looked into. Oh, we've got to do more to talk to France. Like we're not already doing that. Like the Prime Minister doesn't already have a good relationship with the President of France. He has, but we still are where we are. Ultimately, this is an incredibly difficult situation. This can only work with the Rwanda plan. And I hope that when it comes to that Supreme Court judgment, the Rwanda plan will get a green light. But I do believe the government needs to plan in the eventuality that that might not be the case. I do believe there needs to be a plan B. I don't think we can put all of our eggs in the Rwanda basket. I'm confident it can make a significant contribution to tackling this problem. But I do, and many colleagues do also believe, there needs to be a plan B. I'm sorry, I won't be taking any interventions. Ultimately, though, Madam Deputy Speaker, I think that what Brexit was about, in many respects, was taking back control of our borders and controlling a migration system. If it gets to a point where we feel that even having delivered Brexit, the popular sovereignty of the people to want to decrease net migration and tackle illegal migration robustly is impossible, then it is only right that we look at the legal infrastructure and the different arrangements that this country is subject to. We must listen to the British people, the vast majority of whom support this bill today. They do support it. They want to see it enacted, and I will be supporting the government at every step of the way today And I really do look forward to, before we get to summer recess, this bill, this vital bill, getting royal assent. Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker.